Shalom. All praises to the Most High and His beloved Son. This is the voice of Hikariel. I'm going to prove God is real using the Spartans as proof, because as the seraphim angels say, holy, 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 the whole earth is filled with God's glory. You had Jews who were also Grecian. In the history of Greece, you can find remnants of historical data of the Jews that lived there. Okay, for y'all that keep saying that God is not real, you gotta have the spirit of discipline, research, study, because the whole earth is filled with God's glory. There were Jews who believed in God that were scattered to all places, to all nations on the earth. Okay. They were blacks, the ancient Israelites, the ancient Jews are black, were black, and are black now. You can read that in Amos chapter 9 verse 7 and chapter 14 verse 2 for confirmation. They were blacks, Israelite Jews in Rome and Greece. Romans chapter 11 verse 12. For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek, for the same Lord over all is rich unto all that call upon him. This is saying that there's no difference between the Gentile Jew and the Jews of Israel, because Israelites that were scattered outside of the nation of Israel, they called them Gentiles. This is why the scripture says there's no difference between the Greek and the Jew. There's no difference between the black Spartan and the black Jew in Israel. Acts chapter 2 verse 5. And there were dwellings at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. Now, when this was noised abroad, came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. So this is letting you know that there were Jews out of every nation. Verse 7. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? How hear we every man in our own tongue, wherein we were born? Parthians, and these are the places where these Jews were gathered, Parthians and Medes and Elamites, and the dwellers of Mesopotamia, and in Judea, and in Cappadocia, in Pontus and Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia, in Egypt, and in the parts of Libya about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes. Like I just read, it was a historical Greek destination. Proselytes is the ancient word from ancient Greek. Those were Greeks, black Greeks, who converted to the culture of Israel. If you define the word Hellenism is a word it is a word for the assimilation of Jews, because the Jews were scattered. The white man at that time had converted the Jews to absorb their culture. So the whole earth is filled with God's glory. Greeks. Now I'm going to prove that the Spartans were black Gentiles or black Israelites. First Maccabees, chapter 12, verse 20. Ares, king of Lacedaemonians, to Onias, the high priest, greeting. It is found in writing that the Lacedaemonians and Jews are brethren, and that they are of the stock of Abraham. So there's your proof right there. In the Bible, it is saying that the Lacedaemonians and the Jews are brethren. Lacedaemonia, that's in Greece. As it is written again, there is no difference between the Greek and the Jew. These were Jews, these were black people of the nation of Israel that were scattered. Lacedaemonia, that's where the Spartans came from. I'm going to make a part 2. Shalom. I just proved God is real.